Riders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're testing the all-new 2022 Indian Super Chief Limited. With the Super Chief Limited, what you're going to be getting is going to be a detachable windscreen. You're also going to be getting those saddlebags that we see here. Those are not going to be leather as they look. This is going to be a hard case, and they're not going to be lockable. So there's going to be some clamps here that you're going to be able to see. You get 9.7 gallons of storage. On this side, you're going to get less because we have the exhaust coming out on your right side of the motorcycle. And you see that you have more storage on this one because there's no exhaust. So the Thunderstroke 116 that the Super Chief comes equipped with is going to be a 116 cubic inch engine, and that engine is going to be good for 2,900 RPMs, and that's going to be basically where your peak torque is going to start. You're going to get 120 foot-pound of torque, which is going to be great. And as all air-cooled engines, V-twins, this is going to be a low revving engine. In the front, you're going to get a single disc. This is going to be mated to a 4-piston caliper. You're going to be able to see that the Super Chief Limited here keeps that classic vintage look of the Chief lineup with those spoke wheels. So it looks very nice. And as you're able to see, you do get that very classic look with that single headlight. The beauty about that single headlight is going to be that this is going to be 100% LED, so you're going to get very bright light coming from your headlight. As far as suspension goes for the front, you're going to get a total of 5.2 inches of travel. So while it's not going to be a lot, it's going to be basically just the standard for this motorcycle in this category. As we come to the back, before we get to the rear section of the motorcycle, you're able to see this beautiful chrome design here. This is going to be, as I said earlier, an air-cooled motorcycle, so you're not going to get any type of air cooler. 100% air-cooled. Beautiful, stamps. You get the Indian Chief here. You get the year the motorcycle company was started. And one thing that I gotta say is they did an incredible job, because you see how you have everything blacked out. Everything is gonna be blacked out from top to bottom. So handlebars, forks, frame, floorboards. Yet you see this beautiful chrome here coming out. And then what I like about it is you're able to see that you get this chrome accents on your motorcycle, but then the actual engine and the casing itself is gonna be nice and black. One thing, as I said earlier, this is going to be a cruiser motorcycle. They put the floorboards, and one of the things they do to minimize vibrations, there's going to be some rubber bushings down here, which is going to go ahead and minimize that vibration that comes from your motorcycle. If you notice, our foot pegs is able to pivot inwards. That's going to be critical for a motorcycle like this one. This is going to have a very limited lean angle. So let's say you're going either left or right. If that foot peg happens to go ahead and scrape, when you have that pivoting floorboard like the one we have here, once you go into that curve and this touches the floor, this is going to be able to go up and not technically get stuck on the ground. Now, if you go far enough, as some people have with this Indian Super Chief model here, there's not much you can do. It's going to go ahead and scrape the floors, but that just comes with the territory. So you're gonna be able to see that he's gonna be a beautiful 2-in-1 exhaust. So it's gonna be 2, 1, 2. It's all gonna be wrapped in this aluminum covering here. You're gonna get the foot peg here for the rear passenger, and you're also gonna get a single disc in the back. So as we see, this is going to be, again, this is going to be a single disc. This is going to be a dual piston caliper. This is going to be mated to a belt, and it's going to be a 6-speed transmission. You're going to get that classic look. You're going to get here, these are going to be your brake lights, and they're also going to act as your turning signals. The Super Chief comes equipped with state-of-the-art technology. So the Super Chief comes with TFT display, which also involves riding modes. He's going to have throttle by wire, he's going to have cruise control, and you're going to get a lot of technology. So let's go ahead and take your Indian Super Chief Limited for a ride.
The one thing that you're going to notice right off the bat, as with any cruiser, is going to be the weight. The Indian Super Chief dry weight is going to be 719 pounds. Once you have all your liquids in your motorcycle, you're gonna be up to 739 pounds, and that's gonna be before you add any type of luggage into your side cases. So the Super Chief is intended to be a touring motorcycle. The Chief comes in different models. You're gonna have, you know, the bobber, you're gonna have just a regular Chief, but the one that we're currently riding, the Super Chief, this one comes with a windshield that's gonna be detachable, and that's gonna be great. And it also comes with the side cases. One thing that you'll notice from the side cases is they're gonna give you that feel that you have leather cases, but in reality it's going to be a hard case that's going to be wrapped in a material that appears to be leather. However, one thing that I will say is that makes your cases more convenient. They're going to be lockable, which is going to be great since you're able to leave your motorcycle unattended and not worry about anything going missing. The Thunderstroke that we have is going to be the 116. One thing that you'll notice with the Thunderstroke 116 is when you ride it, you are going to feel the vibrations as you would expect from a air-cooled V-twin engine. However, if you are easy on the throttle, the vibrations are going to be kept to a minimum. Now, if you're really giving it all you got, as far as throttle goes, you are going to feel the vibrations, and you are going to feel the motorcycle vibrate a lot more. So, whoop. So the stock exhaust from factory is going to be nice and throaty. You're going to get some of that nice rumble sound that you would expect from an aftermarket exhaust, but you're going to get that from the current exhaust that you have from factory. It has so much torque down low, as you're able to see on, that we're able to take the motorcycle off on second gear and not really have to worry about it. So you do have a lot of torque down low. You're going to get all 120 pounds-foot of torque on the 116 at 2,900 RPM. You're able to see right off the bat that we're going to have a 4-inch TFT display. This is going to come equipped with your Indian Ride Command. You're not going to find the Indian Ride Command on some of the lower spec models from the Chief lineup, but you're going to find it on the Super Chief. The beauty about this display is going to be 100% touchscreen, so as you're able to see, we're going to be able to toggle between different screens, so that's great. However, you're able to do the same thing with a toggle switch on your left handlebar. So from here, we're able to switch between different areas of your TFT display, and if you're done, you go ahead and press back here. You go back to the previous one that you were before. The Super Chief comes equipped with a 4-gallon tank, and the 4-gallon tank, depending how you ride your motorcycle, is going to be enough for 100, 120, 150 miles. Man, you really feel that torque down low. It's incredible. And the beauty about it is, once you hit that torque range at 2,900 RPM, you literally feel this motorcycle come alive. So you feel that power all the way up. You're going to be able to see that our red line is going to be 5,000 RPM. If you were riding, for example, the liquid cool version, not of this engine, but let's say you were riding the liquid cool, either the Scout or the FTR or the Challenger, your red line will be a lot higher, closer to 8,000 RPM. So the Super Chief was made to be a direct competition with Harley Davidson, which is another American motorcycle manufacturer. The Super Chief is going to be a heavy motorcycle, as I mentioned earlier. However, the Super Chief does feel like it's well planted. You're able to feel at speed that the motorcycle is, is not going to go anywhere. I will say that for being such a heavy motorcycle, it does feel pretty good. I will say that the 16-inch tires. They're going to be spoke wheels, which is not, I can't say I'm a fan of it or not a fan of it, but if anything, they should have done them, you know, if they're going to be spoke wheels, they should be tubeless tires. So over here we have the ability to select between different areas of your menu. The Super Chief comes equipped with throttle by wire. With throttle by wire, you get cruise control, you get traction control, you get ABS, and you get riding modes. With riding modes, you get rain, you get standard, and you get sport. So depending on the weather, or let's say you just want to go for a casual stroll, you just put your motorcycle in standard mode, and what's gonna happen is the ECU of the motorcycle is gonna go ahead and give you a different setting for the computer. If you put it in sport, you're gonna get a more aggressive throttle response, so it's gonna be a more sporty ride. This 116 has been in the motorcycle lineup from Indian now for a number of years, and it has fared very well. It's a very long-lasting motorcycle, and the one thing that is very enjoyable from the 116 is going to be your torque down low. The Super Chief is intended to be a cruiser, and you could even do long distance cruising. We're going to come equipped with 100% floorboard, so that's going to be great. It's going to be nice and low. You're going to get a seat that's going to be 26.2 inches low. Although the Scout has the same seating height at 26.2 inches, the Super Chief feels a lot more comfortable, and that has a lot to do with the way your configuration is set up here. So you get the floorboard. You also get your crash bars down there. Those, you're not going to get any type of wind deflection, but they do sell some kits that you're able to put a wind deflector right there, and that's also going to give you more comfort once you're on the highway. You get this nice and short removable windshield, so it comes on and off. So if you're going to be riding in town, that's going to be one great thing. Take it off and you're going to be great. You're going to get your standard cruiser handlebar, so you're going to get a very nice wide handlebar. Your mirrors are going to be usable from the factory, unlike some other motorcycles. You see absolutely everything behind you. They're not going to be blocked by your elbows or shoulders or upper arm. That deep rumble from the 116 in the stock configuration, honestly, it sounds very good. I have to say, it's a little bit more throttlier than your Harley Davidson Roadkin. Your saddlebags, you're going to be able to accommodate up to 9.2 gallons of storage, so that right there is going to be a lot of room if you're thinking of bringing whatever you want along. The Super Chief also comes equipped with rear cylinder deactivation. In the settings, you're able to go ahead and just either activate on and off, but right over here, as I said earlier, here you have your riding modes. So this TFT, this Indian Ride Command, is going to be great. With the Indian Ride Command, you have the ability to, you have your maps, you have motorcycle information regarding, it gives you your VIN number, it gives you your riding modes, it gives you maintenance cycle, it gives you engine hours, it gives you the ability to connect to Bluetooth, and you're even able to connect your Apple Play. So that is right there one great feature from the TFT display from the Ride Command from Indian Motorcycles. The Super Chief Limited comes equipped with a single disc with a 4-piston caliper, and I gotta say, it does the job pretty well. And one thing that I noticed, and let's go ahead and get up to speed here. There's no cars behind us. We're doing 53. Honestly, there's not a lot of front diving. You do get some diving. I would say maybe like an inch and a half of front diving, but you don't get very pronounced front diving like you would with other motorcycles. I honestly think that ABS does an incredible job. If we press both, let's go ahead and get back to speed. There's no cars behind us. If we do the same thing again, the ABS does not lock, and that was me pressing it all the way. We'll do it again. I mean, it does an incredible job of slowing the motorcycle down. So while I still think they probably should go with a dual disc for more stopping power, I guess I understand their reasoning behind just going for the single disc. It does stop the motorcycle, very good, and you don't get too much diving, and you still feel like you have full control of the motorcycle. So what do I think of the Indian Super Chief Limited? I think it's an incredible design, and when I say that, you got to keep in mind we're talking about an air-cooled V-twin. It feels very sophisticated. It rides very well, almost feels like neutral, like it's not, doesn't feel like too bad of a too heavy of a motorcycle. Once you get her going, she feels nice and nimble. The 16-inch front tire, while I think it probably should be a little bit bigger than that, it does feel like it does the job. So one thing that I would probably recommend would be maybe getting a dual disc. However, I do think maybe that has to do a lot with the fact that we have you have an air-cooled engine, you have you get all that torque down low. This is not supposed to be a racer. So perhaps that's the reason they decided just to go ahead and stick to the single disc as we have right now. That being said, I honestly feel that they did an incredible job with the suspension. Even though you don't get a lot of suspension in the back, that's going to be a 3-inch suspension. The motorcycle does feel very well. You're able to adjust the dampering in the back, so that might help you a little bit more if you depending on how much do you weigh. If you feel like if it's too harsh, too soft, you're able to adjust the dampering. She rides incredibly well. Vibrations are going to be while they're going to be there, they're going to be subtle. I think they did a great job with the rubber mounts on your floorboards. You do feel vibration coming up as expected. This is going to be an air-cooled V-twin engine, but the vibrations are going to be limited. Same thing with the handlebars. You feel the vibration, but there's not going to be that strong vibrations as you would expect from an air-cooled motorcycle. Another thing is they decided to go ahead and go with your traditional, which is now almost standard on many motorcycles. There's going to be keyless ignition, so you're going to just have a key fob, turn it on and off. So all that, I think Indian motorcycles did an excellent job with the Super Chief lineup, or the Chief lineup. They are providing you with all the amenities that one would want to have on a air-cooled classic motorcycle from 2022. So guys, if you enjoy this content, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That way the algorithm knows it's good, and I will see you guys on my next video.